Did you know that you had an inner guide that is there to move you forward and to guide you, navigate you throughout your day-to-day life? Do you understand that your guide is there to help you and make sure that you accomplish that which you're supposed to accomplish here on earth? Today, I'm going to share with you 5 ways that you can understand the power of your intuition so that you can stop neglecting your intuition and make the right decisions for your life. But before we begin, do me a huge favor by hitting the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that anytime we post a video, you are the first to know. Hey everybody, welcome back to today's video. My name is Adiola with Your Purposeful Living, where we help professional millennial women who struggle with delay and disappointment find faith, purpose, and fulfillment so that they can become their highest selves. Albert Einstein says that the intuitive mind is a sacred gift and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. The intuition or the intuitive mind is a gift that you and I have. You and I are supposed to use it because the job of our intuition is to guide us on our day-to-day life. Tip number 1 is to know that your intuition is an innate intelligence. Your intuition is an innate intelligence that is deposited inside of you to do work. You have an inner guide, an inner voice that is meant to guide you through your life. But what often happens is that many people neglect that voice, or they don't understand how to know the voice, or they mistaken the voice for maybe just them thinking or them just wishing, hopeful wishing, wishful thinking, and they don't understand it. It actually is your inner guide. Your inner guide is there to help you make the right decisions for your life. When someone says that, you know what, I heard it inside of me, I heard it in my spirit, I heard this voice, what they're referring to or what they're referencing is their intuition. The intuition has so much power to help you make the right decisions for your life. Have you ever heard of the intuition of a mother? When a mother thinks or she feels or she knows something is going on, sometimes you can be talking to your own mother on the phone and you're very far from her, but just by hearing your voice, she knows something is wrong. That is her intuition. You and I both have intuition minds, or an intuitive mind that is meant to move us forward. You need to begin to understand that it is an inner intelligence that has been manifested in us. It's innate, meaning we were born with it. You don't have to do anything for it to come out. You and I were born with it. You just have to tap into it and understand that it's there to help you make the right decisions for your life. Tip number 2 is something that we've been referencing in several videos, which I will link up in the cards, where you need to quiet the noise. Oftentimes, the reason why people mistake their intuition for just rubbish or just, noise is because they have too many things going on around them, or they're hearing too many people talk to them, or they're getting too many different advice from different people. You have to begin to quiet the noise. And sometimes the noise comes from your friends giving you tips and giving you strategies of things that they have no idea about. Sometimes they just want to talk because of what they know or what they feel or their emotion about the situation that you're going through. You just need to limit that noise. It's a distraction. You have to get rid of it. And you have to understand that your intuition is very powerful, and stop putting your intuition on the back burner. Remember what Albert Einstein said, that so many people acknowledge the servant, but they forget the gift. The gift of the intuition. The intuition is there to help you and to guide you, to direct you, to instruct you, to help you so that you don't make the wrong decisions. Oftentimes, your friends, your family members, just people in society, sometimes can make you make the wrong decisions. They can lead you in the wrong path. But your intuition, whatever your gut is telling you, sometimes we have this gut feeling. I just feel it in my gut. That's your intuition. Listen to it. Tip number 3 is to lower anxiety and to raise your excitement. You see, having an anxious mind, an anxious personality. You're always anxious about everything. What you are doing is you're hindering your inner spirit. You're hindering your intuition. You're hindering your own guide for your own life because you're so anxious about what is to come. There is absolutely no need to be anxious for what is actually going to already happen. It's going to happen. So what you need to do is to lower this anxiety, lower your anxious mind, calm your spirit, and begin to raise your excitement. When you are excited about life, your intuition will have more time, more access to get information to you that you actually need to take into consideration. But when you are anxious and when you are fighting whatever you're feeling and you don't want to take the next step and you are refusing to take the next step because you're anxious, you don't know what's on the other side, you are the one that's going to hinder yourself. You are the one that's going to hinder your progress, and you're the one that's going to feel the pain, not your intuition. You, the person. So you need to lower this anxiety that you're feeling, raise excitement, take the first step. I'm sure you've seen those posters all over the world where it tells you that the first step is the first step to your gateway of blessings. Your first step is the first step to this new breakthrough. And until you take the first step, you're not going to get anywhere. And your intuition is telling you to keep going, just keep going, keep moving forward, don't stop. But because you're anxious, because you're nervous, because you're worried, you're not doing it. And you're now going to be hindering yourself. And that goes back to what we discussed in the previous video. You are procrastinating. Everything has a ripple effect. By you being anxious, by you not taking the first step, you're not listening to your intuition. You also increase your procrastination, which ultimately leads you to not becoming your highest self. So do you see how this is a ripple effect? You have to make sure that you find a way to reverse that negative effect and reverse it back to the positive side so that you can become the person that you desire for yourself. Tip number 3 is to meditate. When you meditate, when you sit in stillness and you remove all of this negative energy around you, you allow for your intuition to elevate inside of you and begin to deposit what is necessary for you. Meditation leads to clarity, and clarity leads you to getting to where your goal is. And your intuition is going to talk to you through this meditative state, through this time of you sitting down in this stillness and this calmness. You're moving everything that's considered hazy away from you, and you're elevating your spirit to hear what your intuition is actually guiding you to do. Listen to yourself through meditation. Take away all the noise and the distraction and listen. Actually sit there and listen, and you will find that you will get to your goal. And tip number 5 is to pay attention to patterns. Pay close attention to patterns. Sometimes the intuition doesn't actually speak to you audibly. Sometimes your intuition speaks to you through patterns. Let me give you an example. About 7 years ago, it was about 7 years ago, I started noticing that anytime something was going to happen, my intuition was telling me, but I wasn't paying attention until one actual event that took place. As I was referencing someone to my husband, at that very moment, that person called. And that had been happening over and over again, but I wasn't paying attention. I was just thinking, oh, what a coincidence. But it's not a coincidence. It was actually my intuition telling me, guiding me, instructing me that this activity, this situation, this thing is about to take place. Pay attention for it. Don't miss it. When you refuse to pay attention to patterns, you miss your opportunity. And these patterns are your intuition telling you that an opportunity is close by. And if you're trying to become your highest self, if you're trying to get that new job, buy that new car, get that new house, okay? If you're trying to find your spouse, if you're trying to do anything and it's coming to you in the form of patterns and you're just neglecting it, you're thinking that, oh, the pattern is just happening just because, you're going to miss your opportunity. So begin to pay attention to the patterns. Ask yourself, what patterns have I been noticing? Study things that are taking place in your life on a day-to-day basis. You can even go as far as jotting them down. Jot them down in your diary, jot them down in your journal, discover what is happening on a day-to-day basis, pay attention to the patterns, and find out exactly, how does my intuition talk to me? What is my intuition telling me? Is my intuition telling me to move forward with this task or to actually stop? Sometimes we are not getting the clues that our intuition is giving us, and we're missing the power of our intuition, which is actually there to help you and I, to guide us. Remember, I said in tip 1 that it is an innate intelligence. We were born with it. The purpose of the intuition is for us to be guided throughout life. Now, friend, I've shared with you 5 tips, 5 ways that you can understand the power of your intuition, things that you can implement into your life today so that you can begin to study your intuition and use your intuition so that you can become your highest self. Why don't you share with me down below one of those tips that you're going to implement in your life today, and tell me how you're going to use it so that you can discover your intuition. If you have any questions, any comments, leave them down below. Don't forget about the downloadables that you have access to down in the description box, as well as join the Facebook group. I would love to have you in the Facebook group so we can continue the conversation over there. Again, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching today's video. And until the next one, bye.